Recently, as part of my work for Generate Blocks, I wanted to set up a demo sandbox for the alpha of our Pro 1.7 release. So this is the latest alpha release for the Pro plugin, has a bunch of brand new features, a lot of which I've gotten the privilege of working on, which I'm really excited about. And so now we want to get some feedback from users on these things. So we needed a place where we could have people be able to test things out, but get in there, tear it up, and not have to worry about if they're going to break the demo experience for anybody else, and also give us a convenient way to update it. And so to do this, we used InstaWP, which is a really cool new service that allows you to easily spin up demo and sandbox sites. And so in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. If you don't know what InstaWP is, it's a service that allows you to create WordPress sites on demand, as well as do hosting and a ton of other things. But in this case, what I wanted specifically was somebody who could say, here's my email address. It spins up an on-demand instance of WordPress that has all this configuration in advance that we want them to have so that they can enjoy the demo experience, etc. And I want to be able to update that easily and not have that person accidentally mess something up for somebody else. And so InstaWP has a fantastic feature set that allows you to do things like this and a whole lot more. You can take an existing site and clone it in here so you can create a staging site on demand. You can just create like an example site to use as a template, and that's something that you can sell or something that you can give away for free, if you will, or market as a free template. And that is effectively what enables a sandbox demo to be possible. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like to do this. So in order to kick this off, we need to start by creating a new site in InstaWP. So I've logged into my account, and right here in the dashboard, it presents me with these 3 staging sites. So I'll go ahead and add a brand new one here. Down here, you can go ahead and enter a name. So we'll call this one Learn WP Theme Dev Example, because why not? And then here, what you can do is there's a ton of different plugins or other things that you might want to use. So like in our case, we're just going to use an existing plugin in the form of Generate Blocks and Generate Blocks Pro. However, I have alpha versions of these things, so they're not just available in the repository, so I wouldn't select them here. But if there was a repository plugin that I wanted, like a good example would be, say, something like Yoast, for instance. I don't know. You could do any number of different things, but you could just select that, and then that plugin would be installed in this new site automatically. We don't really need it to do that though, because we're going to be installing all these things manually. There's also a configuration up here that you can choose. It's not particularly relevant for what we're doing, but there's these different options that you can set. So if you want to configure different WP config values or server configuration or all kinds of fancy stuff, you can do all of that right through here if you're so inclined. In our case, we don't need anything other than just the straight defaults and giving this thing a name. We're running on WordPress 6.4.2, which by default, this will always be like the latest version of WordPress that's available, latest stable version. PHP 8, which is what we want as well. And I think we're good to go here. So let's go ahead and create our site. Now the installation process here is pretty quick. So it's going to maybe take a couple of minutes. It depends on different factors. So from here now we can see I have my URL. I got a username, I got a password. That's exhausting. Who's going to remember that? But thankfully, I don't have to, because I can use the magic login right here, which takes me immediately into my InstaWP staging site that I just created, which is super bare bones. Look at that. There's a point release that's available. So in this case, there's a couple things I want to do. I want to go ahead and install these 2 zip files that I have. So I have 2 plugins in a zip file rather, and now I need to go ahead and pull those up. So we got the Generate Blocks Alpha 1.9. This is an older build, but it'll do. So I'll just add that and install it just like I would any other normal plugin. Activate it. Excellent. I'll go here. Upload. Choose it again. So now we're going to take Generate Blocks Pro 1.7. Install. Great. Now, I did forget though that I did want to also install the GeneratePress theme. So I could have done that when I was building the site here because the GeneratePress theme is available inside the repository, but I forgot. So I can just go ahead and install it here though, just like anything else. If I can spell GeneratePress though, no promises. There we go. So now let's say I've done all of this and I want to go ahead and just add a new page really quick called Demo Starter. And I'm just going to do something really basic here. And then create a container really quick. We'll give it a new style, which is a class up here really fast. I'm just going to throw a default background onto that sucker. Now it's right there. And then we'll go to here and set a height, maybe 400 pixels. I don't know, something like that. So then we'll publish. So now we have this site. It's got those plugins and the theme installed and activated. It's got this demo starter page. There's also the sample page. Let's go ahead and trash that. We don't need that. I don't think we need a privacy policy either. Probably not, right? Well, I don't know, maybe we do. So now I have this site, but it's not a demo sandbox. It's just a site that I created in my own InstaWP account. So now our next step is we're going to go back to InstaWP. We're going to hit the template section. And so in here, now I can go to add new at the top and see this new staging site is right here as a choice for my template creation. So I choose a site I've created and say, I want to make this a template. So this is the LWPTD. Say that 3 times fast. 5 times fast? So let's say, I don't know, LWPTD alpha test. This is a demo sandbox for a video. Now here, we want to go ahead and choose our template type and say shared, which allows you to create a public sandbox. Now, I don't have a fancy pro account or a fancy agency account where you can do like an instant template, which basically just means it gets created way faster, but that's something you can do if you get a higher end plan with them. There's really a ton of value that this stuff provides. Like you can get a whole lot of functionality for not a whole lot of money. It's one of my new favorite WordPress services and tools that I've been using lately. Really enjoyed that. So now here I have this new template that's been created. And it has all these different setup options and so on. And you can do all kinds of things with these. There's actually a lot of different capabilities that you have. And you can even see like statistics. You can create new site. You can do like a sync. There's so many different things. So anyway, when you're inside here though, there's various integrations you can do. So if you want to set up things, like if you want to get really fancy and do like webhook stuff, you can. Redirection, site cloning options, all kinds of stuff. It's pretty nuts, all these different things that you can do. So now I have my template here and I say copy link. I'm going to go ahead and create an incognito tab and then I'll just throw this open. So I'm like a regular person who just came here and now this is what I see. So I can launch my demo. I have to enter in my email address. Cool. And now we'll go ahead and spin up a new staging instance that's based on the template that I just created. Notice here it actually expires within 4 hours too. So they are very much temporary, which is kind of nice. We were talking about, I was joking about privacy policy stuff earlier, right? So like with this, you don't have to worry about your data just being left somewhere in perpetuity, you know, something with your email address on it. It all gets cleaned up automatically by default. So now we'll use our magic login. And we are inside a copy of that site that I just created. So we're not inside the original one. I could go in here, you know, and just say, oh, I don't want this trash. Get out of here. I don't want any pages. I want to make all my own pages. Righteous, right? Now back here in the example that I originally created, notice there is no change whatsoever. So it's completely different. It is, as I said earlier, a sandbox. So if you're making a demo for somebody, or like you're testing out some new plugins and stuff, or you're trying to collect feedback on an alpha or beta version of your own plugin, this is a fantastic resource for doing this. I'm going to include a link to the plans and stuff inside the description of the video. I do get some type of referral or affiliate thing for that. So if you don't want to use that for some reason, that's totally fine. You can go to InstaWP to check this stuff out. But like even with a free account, you notice it didn't cost any money to just spin up one of these. Like you don't even have to sign into anything. You just provide an email address, which I believe they do to reduce like spam or bot sort of behavior, that kind of thing. But it's really straightforward and it's a great experience for users and testers. So I would totally recommend looking into finding a way to incorporate this into your alpha and beta testing process or just into your WordPress workflow like ASAP. I hope you enjoyed this video. Are you already using InstaWP yourself? Were you using this feature? I mean, if not, you probably should, but let me know in the comments how you're using InstaWP or what you think about it. I found it's a really helpful service, and that's really the main reason why I'm doing this video. So I hope you enjoy. Take care.